Hey everyone, John K. How you doing? Okay, so we went out shopping today and we got some dry charge motorcycle batteries. I got three of these, which are a 3 amp hour one, small guys, and I got a 5 amp hour one and a 5.5 amp hour one. So all dry, no acid in them yet. That's the acid that came with them, which I'll store away somewhere safely. And so what I'm going to do with these guys is keep a bit of a video log on converting these to alum batteries. So I'm going to use this, which I bought at the supermarket, called Crystal Stick Deodorant. But if you have a look at the ingredients, ammonium alum. It's about the only alum I could find. So we've got that there. We've got some distilled water we're going to use to make up the alum solution, and I'll be back with a little bit more once we've started converting them. Cheers, bye. Okay, I'm back. So the first thing we have to do is we have to grind this alum crystal up into a powder. So I've stolen my wife's mortar and pestle. I'm going to grind it up with that, and then we're going to store it in this jar, which has been sterilised with boiling water to keep it as pure as we can. Okay, back soon. Okay, I'm back. So we've nearly finished crushing up our alum crystal block. So far we've got about a third of a jar, so we'll get about half a jar out of that, which is probably going to be around about 60 grams. Well, I haven't weighed it, but we'll be back when we're done grinding this up. Cheers, bye. Okay, we're back. So we've finished grinding up our body crystal. At least our batteries won't smell. So we should have got 100 grams out of that in our jar, and I've ground it up to kind of the powder form, about the same consistency as, I guess, table salt. So we've got 100 grams of alum in there. Next we're going to go and warm up some distilled water and make up the alum mix, and we'll see how many batteries we can fill up with that. Cheers, bye. Okay, I'm back. So we've taken 1 cup of the distilled water. I've just heated that up in the microwave, and we'll just get a temperature measurement on that. Okay, Fahrenheit. Okay, so we're at about almost 110. I heated it up to about 120 Fahrenheit, around about 42, 43, about 45 degrees. So now we're going to add some alum into this and then stir it up, and I'll be back. Cheers. Okay, I'm back. So we've mixed up the alum and the warmed distilled water. Ended up using up all 100 grams of the alum, or pretty much all of it, to get it to that that kind of slippery feeling that John talks about. So hopefully got the right mix here, but it is an experiment. So next step is we're going to do this battery first. So he takes about, according to the book, about 200 millilitres of water. We've probably got about 300 in there, so we should have plenty. Had a slight problem getting all of the alum to dissolve even when the water was warmed up to about 140 Fahrenheit, or about 60 degrees Celsius. So I'm kind of hoping that's maybe impurities in the alum more than anything, but we'll see how we go. Anyway, I'll be back once I've filled up the battery. Cheers, bye. Okay, so we're ready to fill up the battery with the alum mixture. You can see I've got a meter hooked up to the battery, which you can see is showing 0 volts because the battery is dead dry. It's never had any acid in it. So I've got my syringe here. I'm going to draw up about 10 mils at a time and put that into each of the cells. So and I'll try not to draw up the stuff that hasn't dissolved in the bottom. Looks like I have. Yeah, I've got a little bit of undissolved alum in there. I'll try and get that out. So it's going to ruin my syringe. Anyway, I'll be back. Okay, so I've managed to one-handedly put some alum in all 6 cells, and as soon as I get up to, actually as soon as I put some alum into that last cell, obviously that's completed the circuit and I've nearly got some voltage, so I'm going to fill it up right up to the upper level, you can see here, then I'll be back. Cheers. Okay, I'm back. So I've filled up the battery up to the upper level on all 6 cells. Immediately it's 896. We haven't charged this yet, but I just realised why my alum wouldn't dissolve is that's because the crystal is actually growing before my eyes. You can see it on the edges of there, and on the bottom it's like we've got a big alum sludge down there. So what I'm actually going to do is warm up some more distilled water and just put this in here, and I'm going to keep growing my own alum crystal, see how that works. Anyway, thanks for watching. Cheers. Okay, I'm back. So I put all the caps back on the battery, topped up the cells a little bit. So that's 8.86 without a charge. So now we're going to form the battery, and I'm going to form it with the RC1AU, which is like a NiCad battery charger, and John says this is kind of like a NiCad battery, so we'll see how that works. So I'm going to go setting number 3, which is setting number 5, which is designed for a 12 volt 2 to 4 amp hour battery, which is what this is. So we'll switch that on and then see what it does. Okay, so we'll just watch this for a couple of minutes and see how quickly this goes up. So we can see the charge light on that is on, and already it's got up to about 10.5 volts and climbing. So I'm just going to let this run overnight, and you know, I'll let this go until the green light comes on the charger, which says it's done. So I'll be back, and once I'm done we'll run a load test on, we'll use the laptop to show you what sort of power we're going to get out of this. Anyway, cheers, see ya. Okay, quick update. This has been charging just 10 minutes on the RC1AU on power level 5, which is set for a 2 to 4 amp hour battery, and this is rated at 3. So I've been watching it for 10 minutes and the voltage has been going up fairly linear. It just ticks over a 100th of a volt every couple of seconds. This is pretty much what it's been doing for the last 10 minutes. So the battery is getting a little bit warm. For example, it's 60 degrees on the bench, and the battery's around about the 87 mark. In Celsius it's about 15.5 degrees in here. The battery's about twice that, about 30-31 degrees. But we'll keep it going, and I'll be back shortly. I'll see what I expect that this is going to top out at about 15 volts like John showed on all his charts, but we'll see what happens. See you soon. Okay, I'm back. So this has been charging for 20 minutes now on the RC1AU charger. So you can see the battery's up to 16 volts now. Just do a quick temperature reading. So once again on the bench it's a balmy 15 degrees Celsius. Still about 30 to 1 degrees on the battery, and in Fahrenheit we're at about 88 degrees, about 58 on the bench. So that's where it's up to. I'm just going to switch the 1AU off for a minute just so we can see what this is going to rest down at. So we'll just watch this for maybe a minute, see what it drops down to. Hope you're enjoying the Pat Benatar in the background. He's down about 12.7. I did watch this a few minutes ago because the 1AU has an inbuilt rest period into it. It dropped down to about 12.4, and then when the 1AU kicked in again, it went straight back up to 15 volts and then up to 16 volts. So it looks like it's going to, so it's definitely taken the charge because we started at 8.5 volts only 20 minutes ago. So anyway, we'll switch the charger back on and we'll just let this run out and see what it looks like again in the morning. You can see it just bangs straight up to, this will go straight up to 16 volts fairly rapidly. So I want to really get something into it. What I did notice too is, and you probably won't see this on the video, but I could see tiny little bubbles already starting to come up, so pushing all the air out of it as well. But there you go, so we're up to 16 already. Anyway, we'll let this keep running and I'll be back with an update probably in the morning. Okay, just wanted to show you this. So we've been going about 33 minutes. And, 1AU's got it up to over 17 volts already. And just want to show you this. This is my alum. Now, this is what wouldn't dissolve, and I've just added about another cup of distilled water to it and warmed it up. And we're gonna let that sit there and grow overnight. But it's already grown a fair bit of alum just in the last maybe not even 1 hour, so just thought I'd show you that, and yeah, we'll see how much we got in there in the morning. Okay, one more quick update. So this has been charging for just under 1 hour on the RC1AU. So it seems to want to settle at around 17.5 volts, and just a couple of hundredths of a volt either side of that. I'm not sure if the camera is going to pick this up or not, probably not, but you can see it gassing sometimes a lot. Even some stage I've had to attach a little overflow hose to it, which I'm just capturing back in my glass alum solution jar, so instead of wasting it, might as well collect it. Anyway, we'll give you another update in the morning. Morning everybody, John K back again. Okay, so we've let our alum battery charge up overnight with the RC1-AU, and it finished when I came in this morning. So now we're going to load it down. So we can see I've got it hooked up to this CBA computerized battery analyzer, which is going to load it down and graph it on the PC. So you can see our standing voltage is 10.33. We're going to load it down at 150 milliamps and graph it in amp hours. So we'll hit the start button and we'll be able to see how this is going. Okay, so you see straight away you get to about 9.97 volts. I'm just going to change the scale on this a little bit so we can see what's going on a little bit easier. going to make that 0, let's make that 9, 9, 2. So you can see we're at 9.74. I'm going to let this run, and I'll be back soon with more of an update. Thanks, bye. Hey everyone, I'm back. So we're still loading down after the first charge of forming it. So we look at our chart. First you can see we're down to 4.16 volts, still running a current of 150 milliamps, about 1/4 of 1 amp hour. It's down about 0.6 watts and started at about 1.5 watts. So there you can see that's our discharge curve so far. Top there started off at about 10 volts. Okay, the bottom scale is showing 4 volts and showing the amp hours on the X scale. So you can see our discharge curve. I'm going to let this run right down to probably about half a volt, and then we're going to chart up the charge curve and see how that looks. Cheers, bye. Hey everyone, John K again. Okay, so we've now discharged our lead alum battery that we've converted. So I wanted to run this right down to 0 just to see what the curve was like. You can see we've run it right down to 0 volts, and if we go and have a look at that, we got just on 1 amp hour out of a 3-hour battery. So what we're going to do now is we're going to charge it up again with the RC-1AU, and we're going to graph that chart, so we'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we're back. So we're going to chart the curve. We can see the battery's bounced back to 4.50 volts. Okay, got it hooked up to the charger, and I'm going to switch it on and we're going to see what happens. Okay, so straight away you can see the curve there, 7.3 volts. So we're going to see how high this charges up, and we'll be back with a bit of an update very soon. Okay, I'm back with a quick update. So it looks like after getting up to about 12, just over 12 volts, we've been going almost 12 minutes now. It seems to want to sit around that 12.6, 12.7 mark after the initial rise. So we'll keep an eye on this, and we'll give you an update soon. Cheers. Okay, I'm back with a quick update. So we've been going about 45 minutes now. You see our charge curve. It's slowly dipping up. See these 2 drops here? These are the 1AU. Every now and then it goes out and checks the battery voltage, but you can see the first time it checked it was about 9 volts. The second time it was probably about 10.5 volts. But now it's kind of sitting just about 13.7-ish. These little peaks here are kind of interesting. There's a couple of them there, and then it usually flattens off a little bit. Interesting to watch. Anyway, I'm going to let this go until the green light comes out on the charger, and we'll see where we are then. Hey y'all, just a quick update. So we've been charging now for 134 minutes, and we've got the battery up to 17.1. Here's a look at the curve. So you can see here we're at about 12.5. Follow it up here, 14, up past the 15 mark. It seemed to take off about here, and then past 16 volts, and now up to about 17. So again, these little dips are just the RC-1AU checking the battery to see if it's charged. So this curve just keeps going straight. focus. Okay, there's a little battery. He's not spewing out any alum at this stage, so it's all good. Give me an update soon. Bye. Okay, I'm back with another update. So the 1OU's gone green, which means that a little 3 amp hour alum lead battery is charged. So we have a look at the charge curve. We started off at about 4.5 volts, went straight up to about 12.5, and we had a bit of a flat spot around about the 14 volt range, and then he shot up to around about 17 volts where it was flat, at about 17.5 volts for a while, and now you can see where the charging stopped, and it's settling down into a resting voltage. So I'm going to let this settle and rest, and then we're going to load it down. Cheers, bye. Okay, so we've let the battery sit for about 20 minutes to see what sort of resting voltage we get. So it's just below 11.3, about 11.28. It'll probably be around about the 11.2 mark by the time it settles in. So we're going to let it rest. I need to use the computer to load down the 10 coiler, which has just come off a charge cycle, so I'm going to load that down first, and then yeah, probably in about 18 hours time we'll load this guy down. Okay, see you then. Hi everyone, I'm back. So we're going to discharge our Alum battery now. Got it hooked up to the CBA West Mountain radio device. It's been resting for about 18 hours, and it's rested on 9.65 volts now. I'm going to load it down at 150 milliamps, the same as the first test, because I want to see if the battery's getting any stronger, so I don't want to change the load on it yet, and we're going to record in amp hours. So I'll hit the start button, and yes, I do want to do that. Thank you, computer. Yes. Okay, and we're up and running. So this one's going to be the red line. You'll see it there, but I'll zoom on this. So straight away we're down to 936. So let me just I'll change the resolution on this. Let's go 0 to 0.1, and we'll go 0 to we'll go 9 to 10 volts, just so we can see what's going on. Okay, so you can see we're dropping down to about we're at 9.22 volts, and same output at the moment. It's a little bit weaker, but it's been resting longer than the first charge, so we'll see what this curves out to be. Be back soon. Cheers. Okay, I'm back. Just a quick update. So we've been discharging for a couple of hours now, and you can see the curve. The red line is the one we're running right now. So you can see this bit here is a little bit stronger. So different impedance at that part, but now the lines are just about touching. So down to 3.3 volts. Logged about half an amp hour so far, so I'm going to let this run and see where it ends up. Thanks, bye. Okay, I'm back. We've finished discharging our battery. You can see the red curve there, all the way down to 0 volts. It's bounced back up to 5 volts, so we're going to charge it up and monitor the charge curve. Okay, I'm back. So now we're charging it up again with the RC-1AU. So we started on 5 volts there, we switched the charger on there, and you can see it's rising up so far a little bit quicker than the first charge run, but I'll be back with an update later. Bye. Hey folks, I'm back. So now finished our second charge cycle on the 3 amp hour lead alum battery conversion. So you can see on the red line here, this time the the charge curve is a lot smoother, so we don't have these lumpy spikes at the start. So we pretty much went straight up to about 13 volts, and then went up and up and up and up and up to around about 17 volts, and then it finished charging around about 40 minutes earlier than the first cycle, so it's taking less time to charge as well, and appears to be resting at about the same as last time, about 11.3 volts. So thanks for watching. I'll get this uploaded and we can talk about it on the Energy Science Forum. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.